Hello, everybody. In this video, we'll talk about the August 2024 Visa Bulletin. It's finally out, and some major changes and movement in the family-based categories. We're also going to predicting some retrogression in the EB3 categories for employment-based and lots of other changes. What I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to break it down step by step, the family categories and the employment-based categories, as well as a summary that we prepared for you in writing on our blog, which I'll go through step by step so you understand what's going to be, what are the changes that are coming up next, what's going to happen in the family-based categories, what's going to happen in the employment-based categories, give you all the details in a very detailed report that you can print out, share with family and friends. But before we do that, it's very important for you to understand that the August 2024 Visa Bulletin has a lot of predictions as to what's going to happen in the next few months as we are coming to the end of the fiscal year in October 2024. Therefore, it's really important for you to understand what are these changes and how it's going to impact the visa wait times if you're waiting for an appointment, at an interview, at an embassy or consulate overseas. Remember why there's such a long wait in the visa bulletin, why so many categories are being retrogressed, or so many people have to wait for their visa appointments or interviews at embassies or consulate, is because the demand for visas is so high but the supply is limited. And therefore, some of these categories are going to be retrogressed, and I'll tell you what they are in this video. So make sure you watch this video all the way until the end so you don't miss any of the details, as well as the written report that we're going to be going through step by step, including a link to our blog where I summarize this report in the past few days for you guys. Now, before we do that, if you're here for the first time, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. And also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show this video to more people just like you. As always, if you need help with your immigration matters, all you have to do is send me a text 619-483-4549 or go to www.immigrationasap.com. Leave your information there and one of our team members will contact you ASAP. And now, let's jump into the video. All right, guys, so what you see here is a summary of the Visa Bulletin that we do every single month on our blog. And I wanted to be able to go over this summary with you. It's a more simplified way as opposed to what they have on the State Department website to give you an idea as to what changes are happening this month as opposed to previous month and what to expect moving forward. So let's jump into the summary of the Visa Bulletin. And again, this link to the blog will be available in the description of this video. All right, first of all, when we're talking about USCIS, when people who are inside the United States, they have their own Visa Bulletin version. And in this case, if you're filed in the United States, final action dates will continue to use for categories in employment-based categories. You'll be able to use the final action dates chart if you're filing for adjustment of status inside the United States. It was announced for family sponsored preference categories, USCIS is going to use dates for filing chart. So again, if you're inside the United States and you're looking to apply for adjustment of status and you're a family-based category, the chart to look is date for filing chart. And I'm going to go over this chart because guess what? Major advancement in this chart in the August 2024 Visa Bulletin. Let me give you some highlights. Again, I always like to summarize the Visa Bulletin every month. And those of you that are watching my videos, you tell me that you like those summaries because it gives you an idea what to expect in the charts before we dive into the charts. It's also a simplified way for you to understand what is happening in the Visa Bulletin. And I'm happy to do this for you every single month. So let's start with the employment-based categories. What are some of the highlights? Final action and dates for filing EB2 and EB3 India. We have advancement, guys. The final action date for EB2 India will advance to July 15, 2012, and the date for filing is going to move to July 22nd, 2012. It is an advancement from the July 2024 Visa Bulletin. The final action date for EB3 India will advance to October 2022, to October 22, 2012, and the date for filing is going to go to November 1st, 2012. Again, it is an advancement. As like I said, you can see every month more and more dates are moving forward. Now, other categories, the final action dates and dates for filing for the remaining employment-based categories remain the same as the July visa bulletin. Not too much movement there. Again, I did say that if you watch the video from last month, that we're not predicting too much movement in employment-based categories. We've seen a slight movement, and that was already expected. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen in September. Now, what is important? EB3 retrogression is expected in September. It is something that was already said in the visa bulletin. If you look at the notes of the August 2024 visa bulletin, they are predicting retrogression in EB3. They said that applicants in this particular EB3 final action date, not the date of filing, but the final action date, will likely retrogress or become completely unavailable in the September visa bulletin. So guys, mindful, if you are filing for your adjustments, if you're working on the green card categories, in the employment-based categories, make sure that you understand that possibly in September, EB3 will retrogress. Now, let's look at some of the highlights which we prepared for you right here for family-based categories. F2A, spouses and children of permanent residents. F2A, all countries will advance by 7.5 months to June 15, 2024. And this is from November 1st, 2023. This is in the dates for filing chart, specifically for spouses of green card holders that are currently inside the United States and might be eligible for adjustment. 7 months movement forward is a great, great movement. And again, it's something that was already predicted last month. F3, married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. Except for Mexico and the Philippines, all other countries advanced by 3 months to January 1st, 2011 from October 1st, 2010. Again, 3 months is nice in F3 category, but 7 months in F2A is huge, will help a lot of green card spouses that have been stuck and might be able to file for adjustment if their priority dates are current. F4, brothers and sisters, adult U.S. citizens. This is something that we feel is advanced by 1 week and to July of 2004. All right. So let's go through a nice summary of employment-based categories. We're looking at the final action dates, which is very important. Specifically, the final action dates category is when green cards will be available for our clients and those people that are following, obviously, the visa bulletin. So EB1, external ability, outstanding professors, researchers. India, EB1A will remain at February 1st, 2022. China will remain at November 1st, 2022. All other countries will remain current, just like previous month, and it will be the same for September. EB2, India will advance by 1 month to July 15, 2012. And again, anything that moved forward from previous month, we highlight it in red, and it will be easier for you guys to see it. EB2 China will remain at March 1st, 2020. EB2 all other countries will remain at March 15, 2023. EB3 professional skilled workers, once again, we highlighted in red. EB3 India will advance by 1 month to October 22nd, 2012. EB3 China will remain at September 1st, 2020. And EB3, all other countries will remain at December 1st, 2021. This category retrogress in July by 11 months. To remind you guys, in the last visa bulletin, EB3 final action date retrogressed by 11 months. And unfortunately, next month, it will be even worse, maybe even will be unavailable. EB3 on the other workers, EB3 India will advance by 1 month to October 22nd, 2012. EB3 China remains the same at January 1st, 2017. EB3 Philippines will remain at May 1st, 2020. And EB3 all other countries will remain at January 1st, 2021. Again, as I mentioned to you, EB3 final action date, important notice, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, because of the high demand and number of use in the EB3 category, the State Department, this category will likely further retrogress or become unavailable in September. So again, be mindful of that. EB4 religious workers will continue, remain at January 1st, 2021. EB5 unreserved India will remain at December 1st, 2020. China is December 15 to 2015, and all other countries remain current. So those of you that are filing EB5s will continue to do so if you're not from India or in China. And again, this is the chart. I just summarized it for you. You can see the bold represents advancement. The only advancement we see is in EB2, India, EB3, India, October 22nd, 2012, and other workers, October 22nd, 2012. So in the final action date, we see an advancement, EB2, India, July 15, 2012, EB3, October 22nd, 2012, advancement, and EB3, other workers, October 22nd, 2012, advancement. I just wanted to highlight the advancement that you can see. Everything else remains the same. All right, so let's move to family-based categories. We have a lot of our viewers that are interested to know what will happen. And again, I summarize it for you. The blog is available on our Visa Lawyer blog. You can download it, share it with the family member, highlight it. According to the State Department, August 2024 Bulletin, the dates of filing cutoff date will apply according to this for adjustment of status. And I mentioned that in the beginning of the video. All right, F1, unmarried sons and daughters, U.S. citizens, no change from last month. F1, Mexico will remain April 1st, 2005. Philippines remain at April 22nd, 2015. And F1, all other countries will remain at September 1st, 2017. F2A, spouses and children, this is the big one. F2A, all countries will advance by 7.5 months to June 15, 2024. Dates for filing chart. If you are inside the United States, okay, you can use that chart to adjust your status inside the United States, and therefore it will help a lot of spouses of green card holders to be able to do that, to adjust their status. F2B, no change from last month. F2B Mexico remain May 1st, 2005. F2B Philippines remain October 1st, 2013. F2B all other countries will remain at January 1st, 2017. F3 married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. You can see that Mexico is the same from last month, June 15, 2001. Philippines, the same last month, November 8, 2003. And all the other countries will advance by 3 months to January 1st, 2011. Again, F2A and F3, the only ones that advanced this month. And the slight movement in F4 category, F4, brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens. F4 Mexico will advance by 2 days to April 30th, 2001. Philippines remains the same, April 1st, 2006. F4 India will remain at June 15, 2006. F4 other countries, no change, March 1st, 2008. This is the chart you can see. F2A in red, the movement 7 months. F3 movement a few days. And F4 a few slight movement. And this is essentially, if you look at the projections, we didn't have too much movement in the final action dates. We only have F2B, which advanced by 1 week to July 15, 2004. As you can see, I only highlight this because there's no movement aside from the F2B Mexico in the final action dates, which is the chart that determines when you'll get your green card. So what is the conclusion of here? Projection is that further retrogression in the EB3 category is expected. Further retrogression in the EB3 category is not just expected, it will happen. And again, why is it happening? We have more demand for these visas than the supply. They were able to shuffle and be able to allocate some more visas for family-based petitions like F2A. They were able to see that they have some more visas available, and they reallocated them to the F2A category. And we might be able to see more movement in that category as well in the next month as well. So that's good to know. But the point is that if you are a spouse of a green card holder and you're anxious, you can know that definitely there's going to be more movement in that category. In all other categories, it's going to be very difficult to see a large movement. It's just going to go step by step, very slow as we end the end of the year, October fiscal year. I do believe there's going to be a little bit more movement in other family categories, maybe like F3. We're going to see more movement in F3 as the year comes to an end. But aside from that, it's just very difficult to predict. Remember, guys, summertime embassies are increasing movement of interviews in some of these posts. I will do another video about the status of National Visa Center for June and July of 2024 to see the transition. So you'll know what happens with your cases and how long you still have to wait. But remember, the reason the visa bulletin is fluctuating like this and not moving as fast is because the number of visas they have to issue is not high enough for them to do so. And they will discover if there's a surplus of visas to give in the family-based petitions, they will. And as a result, you'll see advancement like we've seen now in the F2A category, which was kind of expected, but we didn't think it was going to be that huge. But remember, that advancement is specifically for those of you guys inside the United States in legal status will be eligible for adjustment of status. You'll be able to benefit from the fast movement of these categories. Okay. Well, once again, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you like this detailed analysis of the visa bulletin. It's all summarized on our blog, which we did in the past 2 days in a very detailed manner. Every chart is right there, as I showed you in the video, and I gave you the full video analysis. But if you want this in writing, it's right there on the blog. You can print it out, share it with your family and friends. And again, if you need help with your immigration matter, send me a text, 619-483-4549. I'm here to help you, and I'll see you in our next video. Thanks for watching.